Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Paranormal Plus. Hello, Penny Van. Hello there, Gary Spike Sr. And we got Crystal, War Criminal. And let's see who else we got here. Rebecca. Hello there. Welcome, everybody, on a Wednesday evening. And don't forget Gene Hudson to check out our affiliates down there in the YouTube comment section. You never know what you may be able to get or seek, and you shall find, right? So, Tracy, how are you doing? Oh, you're muted. There you are. Now you're not muted.
Oh, there we go. Doing much better this week, Grizz. How you doing?
Good. Doing wonderful. Enjoying the hello, Roger. Welcome, everybody. So nice to see you, Walters, too. I can't forget Walters there. So you doing okay? Feeling much better?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Down for a little bit there. Yeah, a lot better. Thank you for asking. You ready for Halloween?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I got my mask and everything. I'm ready to go for the little kitties. So, yeah.
How about everybody else out there? Everybody ready? Get some candy?
Absolutely. So what we got going on tonight?
So tonight we have April Bussett on. She is. I'm gonna go through this whole bio of hers because I can't remember it off the top of my head because I'm gonna have to read it because there's quite a bit there. I'm very excited to have her on.
All right.
She's the psychic housewife of New Jersey, a renowned. Oh, still there? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. A renowned psychic medium and natural-born clairvoyant. She's the founder and CEO of Ghosted Magazine, which is pretty cool. I've been looking at some of that stuff. Her work has been featured on the travel channels, The Holzer Files. She collaborates with some of the most prominent celebrities to investigate notoriously haunted locations. Her abilities allow her to connect with spirits and help with intense hauntings and possessions all over the United States.
Wow.
She's successfully assisted in locating a missing loved one using remote viewing and has worked on numerous missing person cases. Now, you know a lot of people that work with the government and stuff like that, or
yes.
You've been around that, so you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I always like listening to your stories about that. Currently, she is working with a family on a missing persons case and has accurately provided the names of prime suspects known only to the police. She has also named a killer live on her show, Cocktails and Readings with April, the psychic housewife of New Jersey.
Whoa.
She's been communicating with spirits since the age of 4 when her deceased father visited her 2 years after her passing. Her accuracy in relaying messages from spirits in the most haunted locations of the United States is remarkable. She has a lot of social media stuff. So you got intuitiveapril.com. On Facebook, you got pip.psychichousewife. Instagram, you can find her as Psychic Housewife of New Jersey. TikTok is at April Psychic Housewife NJ. And we'll let her, and then of course Ghosted Magazine, which is www.ghostedmagazine.com.
April, come on down. Welcome to the show.
Hey, oh my gosh. I can't believe I did all that.
Right? Wow. I was like, holy yes.
Crap.
That's a long list.
I got to tell you, I really don't like doing missing persons cases. And I know they were saying you like doing that, Chris, or you have somebody.
Yes. Yeah, I do it every Friday. I have a team goes all the way around the world. Yes.
Really, I don't like it. I hate it. I kind of get reeled into it because I don't, you know what? I always tell them, send me a picture. If I see the picture and I know they're dead, I don't want to deal with it because I don't want to be the one to say it. Plus, it can implicate you if you're not working directly with the police.
We've discussed this before. It's got to be hard on a person that has that type of ability. It's stressful. It'd be stressful.
It's stressful. I don't want to be the one to bring that news. The one that I recently did before this one I'm working on, I knew the woman was alive as soon as I saw the picture. I said, all right, I'll do this as a favor. She's alive. And I said, I see her by water, barefoot, walking on leaves. And I said, but there's going to be a gentleman in a suit that will find her and call the police. And 6 hours later, that's what happened. They found her by a riverbank, walking barefoot in the leaves. And this nice gentleman in a suit found her. So that's nice. This one that I'm working on now, I kind of got cornered. I was at an event. And I couldn't help but feel bad for this person, because they were desperate, and it's been a long time. Now it's just like recovery, and they are okay with that. They know. And I said, all right, because I knew right away when I started talking to them, I knew what happened, and I told her what I saw, and that was the story going around. So I gave the name, and she said that's the prime suspect, and the two other people. So unfortunately, I've been so busy. I run my business. I do readings all day, and now I have Ghosted magazine, and I have a family too. Like I do shows. I do like tomorrow I'm scheduled for a show, but I had to cancel because I was sick. You'll hear me sneezing throughout the night. I took some medicine, hopefully, to calm that all down. You just got over being sick too, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, I did.
Yeah, I know. It's a little rough around here. It's a change of weather. Hi, Alonda. So, so that's what I got going on right now.
So, one thing that I wanted to ask you about was Ghosted magazine. What made you bring us through it from infancy, if you wouldn't mind? How did it start?
I think a few years ago, I was actually talking to my agent. I said, I really like to be behind the scenes and do a magazine, and we're on the paranormal, the people that we admire on TV. Plus, I wanted to bring the little people in, the little teams, do stories on them. So one day, I became friends with my now partner, Danger Mike, and I called him up and I said, hey, this is my idea. You think we could do it? Because he's a graphic artist. So he's kind of in the business with printing and everything like that. And he said, absolutely. I think I got home. We had a website, email, and we had our business license. So I'm like, he makes things happen. And then I brought my other friend on, Taryn, and she does the Q&A with some of the celebrities. She does a great job because she's a podcaster too. And I do the taroscope. So I do horoscopes, but I do psychically for each sign. So I did that for this issue that came out. So I'm going to try and do it monthly, but a little bit longer for the people. But I'm really enjoying it. There's so many people that I really, that are behind the scenes. I'm talking to somebody right now that's on the #1 paranormal show. And I mean, people know them, but they don't know them. They really don't spend, he's kind of likes to be in the background. I want to know about this guy, Yeah.
No, I agree with you. With Grizzly, he asked me 4 or 5 months ago, maybe hell, it's been a long time, I think.
It's been longer
to come on with him, and I didn't know Grizzly from Adam, but we're both about spreading positivity in the community. And then, I own Paralink.com, and that's how Grizzly and I we started talking about that as well. And but my partner in Paralink.com, nobody even knows who he is. Yeah. He doesn't want to do anything other than
I admire that. Yeah. This business is rough. I've been doing this a long time, and it's become rough over the years, people fighting and, who's on TV, hating the people that are on TV. What about us little people? It's the luck of the draw. What can I tell you?
Oh, yeah.
They called me out of the blue, a Travel Channel. I didn't contact them. So that's how it works, but that was an honor to do that. And, so since then I've had a bunch of shows, but they've, in this business, there's so many shows out there, but they never come to fruition. I've been under so many contracts, so if it happens, it happens, but it's fun.
I know Grizz was talking with a few show companies there for a little bit, weren't you, Grizz?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, guys, Travel Channel is no more. This is probably the last year you're going to see the Travel Channel. So now everything's moving to Canada, and now you have these little streaming sites. It's not going to be as glamorous as it was on travel, so.
I agree with you on that, definitely.
And people are fighting to be on TV. Guys, there's no money in it.
I know, right?
There's
People don't
money.
understand that.
Oh my God, 11 hours I filmed. 11 hours, which I'm on for like 30 seconds. And I'm there for 11 hours, but and I got paid crap, but I didn't care. It's an honor to be on there, and it's good for me. It's good coverage. So, especially when you're a psychic medium. So, gives you street cred. I got street cred.
there you go. Yeah, and so how many with the Ghosted magazine? How many? You just have one. You have one out right now. That's it, right? Just one issue.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. This is funny. I had this idea in my head for a few years, and it's funny. I was talking to my agent. He goes, he goes, I remember you talking about this. I said, well, I found a guy. I got my guy that could do all this. I needed the printing company how to do this. I said, I don't know how to do that. I'm just good at yelling at everybody and telling them what to do. So,
yeah.
And it's my idea. I come up with the ideas in my head. But he's amazing. He's a great photographer. His graphic art skills he's so talented. I'm so blessed. There's a reason we meet people. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, I mean, if it wasn't for Grizzly, I probably wouldn't be doing a podcast because I wouldn't know the first thing about it.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my partner, Sean, he put the whole website together from scratch and built it on his own from everything. And, I probably wouldn't be in that business either, and like you said, we're not making any money off of anything. Everybody think there's so many people that come into this field now because it's so popular, and it makes you wonder who's in it for fame and popularity and who's in it to really help other people, right?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. There's nothing, I always say there's nothing wrong with wanting to be on TV, but don't hide behind the mask of saying, I want to help people. No, everybody wants to be on TV. It's nice. It's to do something that you love and have it televised, and you can make money if you're smart, Look at Zach Bagans. He's amazing. And I know people rag about Zach, but you know what my response is? If it wasn't for Zach, you would all still be in the basement, known as the weirdo kids, and not making money. Now we have all these Paracons. We're selling stuff, doing reads, whatever. We're out there. He got us out of the basement. We're not the weird kids anymore. Right?
You bring that up, and we talk about this a lot. 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of people were still just basically, lack of better words, in the closet for being paranormal, wanting to be in that community. Yeah. And like the past 3 years or so, it's just blown up. In the last year, it's crazy. You can't go anywhere without seeing Paracons or anything like that, which is awesome for the community.
Oh, absolutely. It's great. As a matter of fact, I do the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo every year. That's one of the biggest. I will be doing that November 4th and 5th. So you got Ghost Hunters, Ghost Brothers, Johnny Zaffis, the godfather of the paranormal. Steve Bashavi is going to be there. Who else? Destination Fear, Dustin Pari. I did Endless. Go to New Jersey. Look it up on Facebook. It's such a fun event. And let me tell you about those the two that run that. John Ruggiero and Chris Theron, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and they've been doing this for 10 years, and they make zero off of it. The money goes to the township where they hold it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, these are truly people that love doing this. They love the paranormal. So big props to them. I always try to give them props because a lot of people tried to have Paracons because they thought they would make a lot of money. There's no money. I'll never do I'll never run a Paracon. That is hard work.
That's a lot of work.
And you got to pay the celebrities, because I get paid to go to events. They fly me out. Hotel pay. It's fun. I love it. I can never run one though, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, Henry San Miguel, he's in California over by Disney World. Where was it, Anaheim? Yeah, he's out there in Anaheim, and they do a October Paracon.
Oh, nice!
And it's just massive. He starts a year before the other one ends setting it up, and
That's
he's
what
just
they do. Yeah, everyone.
yeah,
The Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. Pam
yeah.
and Steve Barry run that. That's another favorite of mine. So
Yeah, no, definitely. So if you wouldn't mind, oh well, actually, before we leave that subject, the Paracons and stuff, something I always wondered is I don't attend much Paracon. Like, I work outside of the paranormal field, actually seeing and stuff like that too, artists trying to make all that stuff work. But what I would like to see, and I haven't seen yet, is highlights of a Paracon in video form. Like somebody might just film themselves, right?
I think John and Chris do something like that for New Jersey Power Unity. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, it's a lot of work. You know, doing investigations. You know what? The hardest part is listening to the evidence.
Yeah, editing everything.
Yeah.
No, I agree. But I always thought, as an enthusiast, a paranormal enthusiast, and a member of the community, it would be so cool to, number one, maybe see a commercial that could get more people to come, or even to do. And possibly they do this, but I've only seen a few advertisements, stuff like that. But like a,
you know what it is? It depends on what groups you belong to. If you're not in the same groups, because they're out there, we're all out there, but not everyone's in the same paranormal groups. We have to widen out a little bit, and you know it too, because when we try and post what we're doing, and if you go up to a certain number, that all of a sudden you're banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, Facebook has. Oh, you're doing something bad. You're sharing too much.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, you can't post for like a week.
Yeah.
And then if you fight back, I'm giving you 3 months. So it's like,
yeah, no
like
good.
Nazi Germany in Facebook. Oh, I gotta watch out. I'm gonna get shadow banned.
No, but I always thought if you could see. So people like me, I have little time right now. I try to make as much as I can for other activities other than just what I do. Sure. But for those people that maybe can't, most Paracons are free, right? But maybe for some people that can't afford to drive there or travel there, and granted, it's all over the country, so you shouldn't be more than an hour away from one, or a couple hours away. But those people, I thought it'd be neat if there was some type of advertisement or some type of film out there that would just show what happens at the Paracon, right? I know it's meeting vendors, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But these really big ones, to me, as a consumer, right? I think it'd be cool just to see something like that, and that, man, that could spread the community word even more, right?
I gotta tell you something. I was just somebody told me the number from last year. Sometimes I'll hop in my car and drive around because it's held at a high school, and the line is all around, and people wait like hours to see the celebrities. I remember Amy Allen one year. People online for like 5 hours. I mean, I've done it with my daughter for like these groups that she loves. I've done the 6-hour sit, standing in the winter. But they had like 20,000 people. Like, everyone knows these Paragons. There's very well-known Paracons out there, just like Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
Man, that's a lot of people, and like I'm saying, that would be something that I have a lot of friends in the paranormal community, but you never hear that side of it, of actually how many people there. That's all I'm getting at. It'd be nice if they had an advertisement. Hey, last year we had this many people, and a few of them do, but not that many. They
do go live. They do updates. What it is? You got to follow these groups.
Yeah,
you have to be proactive too. Because you're gonna think it's a lot of work for them. So the last thing on the morning, I got to film this and put advertise. They already know they're gonna get 10 to 20,000 people there, so they're preparing for that. But it is fun. It's fun behind the scenes. Chip Coffee, is there too. He's a blessed. We had such a good time last year. And then they have the VIP parties, that just, oh my God, just amazing, great time. And the celebs, they're just, regular people, last year spent a lot of time with Jason Rose because him and I did the Penhurst Paracon. I did it with Amy Bruni, Adam Berry, Jack Osmond was there. So we sat in the celebrity section. So, everyone came to see us and take pictures. And it was just so much fun. But Jason's such a nice guy, you know. It's great. I remember him driving me around because I didn't know where my car was. The place is huge, Penhurst. Have you been there yet?
No, I have not.
Oh my God, it's huge. It's huge. But
we go like maybe 4 hours away from St. Louis whenever we do hunts, and we went to Paris and did the catacombs a couple months ago, and then we were in London.
Who's going cross country? Because I keep seeing somebody going cross country for something.
Cross country.
Yeah.
Me?
I don't know who. Like I keep seeing a cross country trip for somebody.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I didn't catch on there for a second there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, because I was picking up before. And who has like the initials like JC, JT, a Jason or Jace or something like that?
Yeah, no, I don't. Chris might be going cross country. I hope I'm not. I'm not planning on it.
Somebody's going cross country.
I'm planning on doing a trip.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Don't know yet.
Oh, all right. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing somebody go cross country. This is a fun trip. This is it, you know. Also, Chris, have you encountered UFOs?
Yes, when I was younger.
All right, because I keep seeing that around you, and I feel like this is something that keeps coming around you a lot. There's a connection with you and the aliens. Okay, I just want to tell you that. I don't listen. I've been on cases, and I walked on property, and I'm like, nope, I'm out of here because I know there was alien presence there. You know, listen, there's good and bad people. There's good and bad aliens. Except they have the upper hand on us. They have complete control over our minds and body. And I can't fight that. I can fight anything, you know, demonic possessions, anything that I have no control over. I know I can't.
Oh, wow.
It scares the hell out of me. So I got to tell you, and I tell people this all the time, I do believe that a very small percentage of hauntings is actually alien, not abduction, but alien visitations. But they kind of mask, they can erase that part in our mind and fill it with something else. So when people say, I was seeing all these little shadow figures, they put that in front of them to think that they saw shadow figures as actually an aliens. But the whole thing is the human mind is so strong. After a while, it starts cracking through and they're having flashbacks. So unfortunately, it makes the people feel like they're crazy.
Right.
So that's what's happening. So I believe I believe people can connect with the aliens too through meditation. And I feel like with you, Chris, you have almost like this ability. It's like what I do. So I have to get myself to a certain alpha state, a certain place to read for my clients. And I've been doing it so long that as soon as I sit down and I go into mode, I can reach that right away. You do it subconsciously, and I think that's why the aliens are attracted to you.
Uh-oh.
So I do see, like, yeah, you're going to continue to see them throughout your life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So for a novice like me, how did you just see all that? I mean, is it easy? I know it's probably not easy to explain, but
so I always say it's downloads. I get downloads. I know a lot of people talk about their spirit guides. I don't have spirit guides. I'm sure if I reached out to one of them, they're going to come here. I'll tell you, and we'll tell you about with the one I know. But it's downloads. I get information. I see pictures. I see videos. I can almost hear talking, but it's actually a thought. It's like it's hard to explain. It really is, but it's crazy. And what they like to do, like when I'm doing readings, spirit likes, because everyone thinks they're having a conversation. I hate when I see a psychic do this because I don't believe them. When I turn around, okay, yes, thank you, I will tell them. You know, you don't have a full conversation with them. You could hear words and everything. I've had them like jump out in front of me and go, like I was doing a reading for this woman, and all of a sudden this guy pops up and he goes, George. So I'm like, so I look at the woman. I said, George. She goes, why'd you say that? She goes, "That's my father-in-law. He just died last night." I said, "Well, he's okay." No, he made it. Wants to let you know that he made it okay.
No, that stuff's extremely interesting to me.
Yeah.
Always just kind of curious how I don't have any of those abilities. I straight up admit it.
We can all do, but it takes a long time. If you don't have it naturally, it takes a long time. You can't take a class and claim to be psychic because you do damage to people if you start doing readings. I've seen it. I had somebody, a poor girl, come crying to me at one of the Paracons because somebody told her she was going to die.
Oh man.
Yeah, wait, get this. We don't know that. We don't know that. I can tell, like, when it's somebody older, it's like almost you're privy to that information because everyone knows it's coming, but you don't really see that. You're not privy to that information. Sometimes you will, and you can help somebody. The guy, hey, listen, please check your tire. I just have a feeling, there's something wrong with it. And sure enough, the girl that I read left me, and she had a blowout and like was skidding all over the place. She had a bald tire. So, but I knew she would be all right. I knew when I was hearing this that she would be all right. But also what they do, this is another story. And I always tell this story because it's funny. And this is what they do. They use our database in our brains, our memories. So I used to work for the police department. So I'm doing this reading for this woman and I'm bringing through her brother, and all of a sudden I see one of the police officers I used to work with, except he's in civilian clothing. So I'm like, wow, I've never seen him out of uniform. So I'm like, why is? And then I'm having an argument in my head. I'm like, why are you showing me that? And then all of a sudden I hear her say his name. I said, oh. So I said, who's Bruce? And the lady's like, starts crying. That's my brother, So that's what they do. It's playing. I'm playing charades all day long with the dead. So.
Yeah,
right.
I had a pretty good friend of mine. His daughter had passed away, and there was the gal that was on TV. I cannot think of her name.
Amy Allen, Kim Russo, Sylvia Brown.
No, it was a blonde-headed lady.
Teresa.
Yeah, Caputo, right?
Caputo.
Yeah, Teresa Caputo. Yeah, he went and saw her, and they actually got to meet her.
Yeah.
And she said a lot of stuff to him that nobody else should really know.
Yeah.
And he was really, really fascinated with it. So.
Yeah, she's excellent. Oh, you know who else? John Edward, one of the best.
Oh, okay.
One of my idols, my absolute idol, besides John Edward, is Kim Russo. Those two are at a higher level. There's different levels that we can do, and they are at that highest. They're mind blowing.
I've always been afraid to get anything done on me. Any readings. I know Chris, somebody did one when I called in or when I was on one of his other shows, and it's just always kind of, I just don't know if I want to know some of that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm a lot of fun. You'll have a great time with me. You'll laugh, you cry, because I always, even if you're going through a hard time, and I'm like, hey, this couple came to me, and right away I said, listen, I know you have an issue with your home. Foreclosure, you're behind. I said, listen, don't worry. At the 11th hour, you will get help.
Radio here, babe.
And they did. They got They got a modification. But I told her, I said, I'm telling you, I promise you, you guys are going to be fine. But I said, I know, I understand sleepless nights. I promise you at the 11th hour, you'll save your house. So, and that's what happened. She came back to see me, and I was so happy for them. So I look past it because I know there's a solution. I always tell my daughter, there is a solution to everything. Everything could be solved, negotiated, even taxes. The only thing is death. That's the only.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, my wife's listening, and she's going to request for you to do one for her at a different time.
Oh yeah, sure.
She'd really be, if you're cool with that, maybe.
Yeah, just give me a couple weeks, actually, but still message me, and I can put it on my calendar because I have a lot of events coming up, and I got the Para-Unity event.
Yeah, no, and that's not a problem.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So with going through your stuff, how it states on here, if I reading this right, I mean, since you were like a little kid, you were born with that
Yeah.
gift,
Yeah.
and that's awesome, and it's interesting. And I like the missing person stuff. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. I know. I
Uh,
put that there, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate. I hate this. And
did
I know
you?
something. I love doing it. I just. It terrifies me because I don't like to hurt people's feelings. I
Yeah.
yeah. It's too emotional.
So you talk about intense hauntings and possessions and stuff. What type of possessions have you been around?
Oh, I've had a gentleman that was, and it's not like TV. I'm gonna tell you, it's not like TV. They're spitting out pea soup or, they're
Yeah.
walking around us. They're normal. This guy's normal. This guy had two successful businesses, beautiful wife, children, and we have free will. It doesn't completely take over your body like people think. Sometimes it can. I remember them calling me. They were just beside themselves, and it was a partial poltergeist too. And I there's physical attributes. I'm also a shaman that we're taught. So I can't discuss what it is, but these are sacred things that we learn. I know I don't look like one, but he had the characteristics, the physical attributes, and he was perfectly aware, but he liked it. We have free will as humans. He liked this thing with him because he liked that kind of dark side. He did dabble with the dark side, not like in magic or anything like that. Just he was on, I don't know. He just liked it, and he didn't want to get rid of it. So as I'm doing the last prayer, and I'm scared because there's something going on in this house, and I'm scared, and I know he's not gonna give in. He likes it, and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can't force him. So I'm saying this last sentence, and there's a doorway behind us, and it's lit up because the bathroom light was shining on this white door behind him. And all of a sudden, this big black figure came out. Like it was like 7 feet tall and walked past the door, going down the stairs. And that was my only way out. And I said the last, he goes, I said, listen, I can't help you. You don't want, I ran out the door. I was so scared. When I was driving home, I'm like, please don't let this thing come with me. Which I got to tell you too, guys, don't be scared because it's very rare. Because a lot of people scream attachment. It's very rare. But this thing scared the crap out of me. But then I didn't perform it, but I was there. I was actually flown out somewhere. And there was an intense haunting. These people just bought a beautiful home. And they were redoing it, and they had crazy things going on. And I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
I had no idea. They had the tickets, the people I went with. So as I'm in the airport, I'm like, I'm telling them I'm picking up. I said, I'm picking up this lady named Rita, and the town loved her, but they found out what she really did. She does something with the mind, and she was doing something to the people that were coming to see her. And it looked like almost like at Frankenstein, the townspeople with pitchforks going after her. So it turns out this woman, Rhea, she was a hypnotist or something. A psychologist she was a Satanist, and she was hypnotizing these people to become Satanists. It was just really crazy. Yeah. But at the house, you could see like they had the pentacle, everything. She was still there. So it was just in all those bad entities that she had brought into the home. So I was there with Michael Salerno, and I worshiped. If he's watching, I don't know if he's watching me, but I worship the ground this man walks on. He is a Catholic demonologist, and he performed the exorcism on the home and the person. I wasn't there for the person. So as he's beginning his first prayer, and he's self-taught. He self-taught himself Latin. So he starts the prayer, and all of a sudden you hear April. So the guy, his helper that was with him, looks at me because I heard that, and I'm like, I don't like that. Well, anyway, we're down in the basement. He's cleansed the last cleansing of the house, and he's going on with his exorcism prayer, and the last paragraph. and there was the heaviness in the house. It was so bad, and it's dark and dingy down there. And all of a sudden, you could feel like the energy dissipating, and all of a sudden, these two beams of light start appearing, and there's like these little tiny slot windows. But it's weird how this happened. So as he's performing this last sentence in Latin for the exorcist, these two beams of light come together, and behind him appears a perfect cross.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he has the picture. He has it on his business card. And I have it on video and the still of it. It was just amazing to watch. And let me tell you something, that house was clean. He was amazing. So
yeah, if you weren't a believer before, you're a believer now, right?
it was, you know what? It was the most beautiful thing I've ever witnessed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
It sounds really awesome.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people claiming to be demonologists out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a protocol. And I always test people and I ask them, and nobody has ever passed it. And I don't tell them what it is until Michael. And I sat with him and I said, whoa, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. I was so impressed with him. As a matter of fact, he works with Steve Shippey. He was on Kesha's show. I know it wasn't the greatest show, but he was on there. As a matter of fact, I think he yelled at her. And he works with Steve Shippey. He's done The Exorcism. I don't know if anyone's watched Steve Shippey's show. You have to watch the series.
I have not. Honestly.
Holy cow. You have to watch Michigan Hell House.
Michigan Hell House, okay.
It's on Amazon. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but let me tell you something. That mind blowing. So.
No, that's definitely interesting stuff. I know going back to I look like Lala had asked a question here. What are the signs of being possessed? That you've noticed?
All right, I can't tell you the physical attributes. That's the one that I know, because that's the first thing I check. That's when I know. A possession is their personality completely changes. Even you're going to notice the way they walk too, and and they're going to have bouts of anger. They might sleep a lot. There's just going to be odd behavior. Either they're sleeping too much, or they're not sleeping at all. But they can go through life normally. Nobody's going to, unless you love this person, you're not going to catch on. But usually they are going to start becoming obsessed with the macabre, and everything. And you're going to notice things around the house, which will be like poltergeist activity. I will tell you, poltergeist activity, this is how you know poltergeist activities, except for things being thrown at you.
Yeah.
You'll find wet spots or water spots throughout the place or home where there's no water. So because they manifest from this, but also a poltergeist is usually from somebody within the home that either has abilities or this man was creating it and not knowing it subconsciously. I'm actually dealing with a case right now of poltergeist activity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on I have 2 cases I'm working on. I have to go back. And you don't get it done in one shot. That's TV. Like I told him, like when I go there, I said, I will have to come back a few times. And I'm going to tell you, the poltergeists, they're very difficult to get rid of because the guy that I believe is the catalyst for this wants nothing to do with me. So if I can't deal with him, it's not going to go away. So
yeah, no.
And then the other one, this is a little crazy. It's a little crazy. I was in the house. It's not. I saw this thing that the woman's husband had passed, but I saw this winged black thing crouch on top of him when he was alive, and the daughter had actually seen what I told her, what I was telling them what I saw, and she has seen it in that room before. It's like it's death. There's a whole story behind it, but I really can't go into it. But I've seen some crazy stuff. So
yeah, it sounds like just that possession with that shadow coming out. I can see Grizzly in a Scooby-Doo and Shaggy moment there, his feet just twangling around in the air while his head's going out the door.
It's not like I have mine. It's scary. It's scary, but I love it. I love I know this is terrible. I like the more macabre stuff, like, the demonic. I liked it because I went through this as a kid. It wasn't a demon, but it was not nice, and it tormented me. It tormented me, pushed me, scratched me, grabbed me, just walking outside my door and breathing heavy, and I knew it was there. As a child, that's so traumatic. But you know what? I'm Sicilian. I'm an
Yeah.
Aries, so I was getting pissed. So I started fighting back, you know, as I started turning into a teen. And then, then I found my abilities too. So, because I would be out with people and I'm like, this is kind of funny. I started reading for friends and family. So,
Yeah.
but I was at this bar one time and I'm sitting next to this girl and I said, who's Joe? She goes, that's my boyfriend. I said, why do you, and I'm a little drunk. And I said, why do you let him hit you? And she
Nope.
starts crying. And I said, he's going to kill you if you don't get away from him. I've never seen her again, but she was crying over this. This guy was abusing her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's something to this. I'm like, I could help people,
Well, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's great that you do.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, that's what I'll do. But my love is, please call me. I want to go to the darkest places because I am scared. But I like doing it because I like fighting these son of a guns because
Yeah.
they're hurting people and scaring people. And I'm going to fight them.
Hey, Grizz, can you bring up Jean's
Aries.
question for her?
Which ones?
Jean Hudson, she had a question for her.
Look at my class. Let me see.
There you go. Been hearing that a lot of people are beginning to believe that autism and some other medical behavior labels could be possession. She just want to know what you thought about that, April.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I think these are children and people of God. I honestly, you know what I think it is with autism is I think it's in our food. I think, they have corrupted our food over the years. If you notice from when we were children, remember how scrawny we were?
Yeah.
You see the kids now at 10, 12, and they have rolls, like they have a tire. That's from the processed foods, the chemicals they put in our food. And some children, this is going to affect. It's going to go into their, spinal cord and it affects their brain growth and everything. And I think this is where it comes from. I really do.
My wife and I say the exact same thing. We talk about that a lot.
Yeah,
too.
but they are the most beautiful. The challenged children and the adults too are the most beautiful people. I know autism too, like sometimes the fits that they have and they get a little bit violent because I deal with a client that has a child like that. They can't help it. It's just, it's just something damage in our what is it for the brain, in the cervical, in our spines, the fluid there, and it's going to the brain, and
Right.
it makes deposits into the brains, of these.
Right.
So, so even in the mother, what they're eating, and don't feel bad. I was craving hot dogs and tuna fish, 2 things you're not supposed to eat.
Yeah.
I'm like hiding outside of Blimpie, pregnant, I'm like. Yeah, and I think the shots too, but that's so controversial. You can't say anything, Yeah.
The shot. Definitely. I believe in that as well.
Yeah, I did not get it. I fought tooth and nail, I obviously I run my own business, so nobody's telling me what to do. But my husband has. I said, over my dead body, will my child and my husband get that? And I'm so glad because you're hearing the horror stories. I have a very good friend that's famous and on TV that had the shot because they had to travel and they were against it. And I remember getting a phone call. I think I'm having a heart attack. And I'm like, why you call me? Go to freaking hospital. Enlarged heart.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And only like 30 years old. So
we went down on our honeymoon a couple of years ago to Florida, and I was against a shot, and in order to fly on the plane at that time, you had to have proof. So I took that shot, I
Yeah.
swear I had COVID the whole time I was on my honeymoon. I
Yeah.
was so mad for getting that shot.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "You're gonna do the booster?" And no. And hey, to each their own, right?
It's not working. Why are we gonna keep boosting this stuff? Like it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. But to each their own. Other people have their own opinions on all that. But my opinion was it just gave you it.
Yeah. Listen, I have no problem if you want to. Like it's just I think we deserve a choice. I don't like being told what to do. Period.
No, I agree with you. There's people I work with, and the one guy in my office with me, I mean, sits right across the desk from me, and I've been with him for about 4 years now. He didn't do it at all.
Yeah.
Never got sick. His wife never got sick. None of the people have been around. They didn't do the shot. So
yeah. Makes you wonder.
So you brought up your family, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But what do they think about what your lifestyle in the paranormal, so to speak? How supportive are they?
Oh, my husband is amazing. He's like my number one fan. But you know what I love about him? Because I tell people he pushes me to be better.
Yeah.
Because I'll come in, I'll sit down, talk about my readings, and he'll go, "You could have done better. You should have asked more questions." Meaning asking the guides or whoever I talk to. And I'm like, all right. So the next time I'm going to tell you a little story my husband did to me.
Yeah.
So one day he's like, you should do world events. I said, I'm not opening up that can of worms. No flipping way, So I said, all right, so then I wake up in the morning. So I'm sitting here at my desk. I'm like, all right, guys, what do you got for me? So all of a sudden I hear active shooter. I said, oh, okay. Active shooter, where, And then they show me my daughter. I almost died. My heart started pounding. But the voice said, but she'll be far away. So I said, all right, I imagine this is my imagination. I'm freaking out, 9:00 that night. My cell phone rings. I pick up, it's my daughter. She goes, Mom, there's an active shooter. Fell to my knees. She goes, but I'm far away. Just like the voice told me.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you something. I hung up with her. I look at my husband. I said, you son of a... you ever do that to me again? You have no control. They don't give you time and date when it's going to happen. So I'm going to be horrified this whole time. Oh, what does it say? Rett syndrome. And it's
as a 3-year-old great niece who has Rett syndrome, and she is well aware of what is going on, but she can't speak or control her body. They say she won't live till 12. It is hard to watch. Well, sorry you're going through that, Gene.
Me too. Gene, I hate what happens to these children. Some bodies can't fight it. Some of our bodies cannot fight it. Listen, I follow the medical medium, Anthony Williams. Also, if you type in medical medium Rett syndrome, he might give you something because he believes in healing with food, with all natural food. I always believe what God put on this earth. Even if you don't believe in God, whatever's on this earth was put is here for a reason to heal us. Dandelions, the things that we try to kill, and actually that junk that they're putting on it is causing cancer for us. Dandelions are, hey, thank you. Dandelions help with high blood pressure naturally. All you have to do is boil them. Like I remember telling my mom when I was a kid, I said, the food's going to kill us. And they would look at me like I was crazy, and I'm Italian. I don't like Italian food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. If I need antibiotics, we need that. That does work. There are natural antibiotics, but guys, go online, research. Now I know TikTok they say it's bad, whatever. TikTok has a world of information on all natural stuff. I'm following this woman. I forgot her name. I actually want to start studying more about herbs and everything and what to eat. The celery juice, that's from Anthony Williams, the medical medium. That will it cleanses your all the bad stuff, all the chemicals, all the metal that we get into our bodies. It draws it out. The celery juice. It's amazing. You do it for a week, you're gonna feel like $1 million. You know how we all have brain fog. You will be so alert. I never felt so good in my whole life.
And what was that? Celery?
Yeah, I feel great. Celery juice. But you have to do it the right way. You cannot put anything in it. You can't make it the night before. You got to do it. You got to wake up. You can't drink or eat 15 minutes before or after. You take celery juice, organic, and you juice it, and you have to drink it. Listen, it doesn't taste great.
Yeah.
You're gonna gag, you know. But I'll tell you, I did it for a week, and I'm like, holy crap, I feel so good. I'm like, I'm so alert.
There's tons of like you said, there's tons of natural remedies for things
Oh
that
my
people
God,
just don't realize.
There's an older woman on TikTok, and people repost her. Everything she does right, through our feet, because we have the largest pores on our feet. So like, I would put Vicks on my daughter's feet for a cough, but actually, if you cut up onions and put in a bag on your feet and put socks over it, you will stop coughing.
Huh.
And it works.
Onions in your socks and on your feet. Oh, huh.
Yeah.
There you go, Chris.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when you get sick and you're coughing a lot, it's almost worth doing that, right?
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
Onions, absolutely. There's a flu. There's the woman too. Garlic. Not too much garlic. Garlic makes me feel sick. But there's a flu and cold remedy that you drink, and it's honey and hot water, and it's garlic, and I'm trying to think what else is in it. But the mixture, this is all natural. That's in the ground. It's in the ground. Whatever's in the ground that God put here works.
Yeah,
Everything's here to heal us and fix us.
Huh. No, this is pretty cool stuff. What so were you ever, and I'm assuming you are, you talk about all these other people that you do the readings with and people you respect in that. Were you ever on like a straight up ghost investigation team where you just went with some same people a couple times, or were you involved in that?
I didn't like it because I always worked alone, because I started doing this when I was in my teens.
Yeah.
People would call me up, hey, there's something going on in my house. All right, I'll be right over, and it was no big deal to me. And I would communicate what was there, and I'm like, you got to leave, go home. Your friends are waiting for you, whoever's waiting for you. And then I joined the team, and the one girl was really mean to me. Like, I never did that. Like, I am the equipment. They brought a bunch of equipment with them, and everyone's carrying it, and I'm like, just watching them. She's like, she got mad. She's like, you're not gonna help, and I'm like, you guys, this is your stuff. I don't know what you guys are doing, and I am the equipment. It's funny. That's how I started doing my lives too. This is a funny story. So we started. They're like, we're going to record you reading people. So they bring people on, and I would read them. So, and it was amazing. I have to show you, like, I have to post some of my earlier videos, because like, it was mind blowing, some of the stuff I picked up. But after like, I stopped talking to them because she was so mean. And I said, oh man, this stinks. I really like doing that show, da da da. And then I stopped and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the talent. I'm like, I don't need her. So I started doing. I became really big on Instagram. Then I moved over. Daryl Morrison from Ghost Hunters contacted me, and I started doing readings on his. He used to have, Paranormal Warehouse platform.
Oh.
Yeah, so I used to do readings there. It was great. I was like reaching like 10,000 people, So, it's. So, we meet people. There's people that we meet for a reason. Because I really wasn't in this field. I worked by myself. I was people were contacting me on their own. Hey, hey, can you come to my house? There's ghosts here, or there's knocking, and I'm like, all right, go to the house, no big deal. Now that I'm older and like I experienced like some creepy stuff, I'm like, I'm not going there by myself anymore. No.
Don't blame you there.
Yeah, after that last with that guy, holy crap, with that black figure.
So, that'd be enough for me.
Well, I'm dealing with that poltergeist now, and I can't even tell you guys, but the thing wants this woman dead, and I have to get rid of it because he's not going to stop until she's dead, and it's sad.
Yeah, and to me, like I said earlier, that's too stressful for me. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I'm sure there's positives and negatives to it. To me, that's stressful.
I like that better because I'm helping the missing persons cases. It just breaks my heart. I hate when people reach out to me. I'm like, I get nervous. Like I break out in a sweat, and I'm like, and if I see a picture and I know that they're dead, I don't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah.
The case I do work on, they'll say I already know they're dead. So, and if I look at the picture, I'm like, all right, I could do this. So, so they can, yeah. But it's sad. I don't like to hurt people's feelings unless you're mean to me.
Yeah. I'm sure that though everybody that you speak with and are helping appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh no, they're great people.
Yeah. What you got, Chris?
Tell us about your dolls.
Someone mentioned on your dolls. Oh, I don't have dolls. I call everyone dolls.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've got dolls. Plenty of dolls.
Yeah. Yours has got some dolls in his little thing out there.
No, I call my people dolls. Hey dolls, what's going on? Where's
okay. Everybody's like, oh no, she's got dolls too.
No, I have a lot of people contact me about their dolls, and
Grizz has got a few in there above his head that he bought a long time ago as a set, wasn't it?
Well, I get them from estate sales and so forth, and antique shops.
Oh, can I tell you something? If you really think about it, all of a sudden, everybody's dolls are possessed. All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I believe this? I'll tell you. This woman that I'm helping with this thing in her house. Her husband, he collected these masks, tribal mask, and I kept saying there's an African mask here, but you could clearly see that these are all Native American. So the guy I brought with me, because now I bring somebody with me, my friend Danger and his friend Eric came with me. I said, I know there's an African mask here, and she goes, no, he never went there, because he used to travel, and his friend Eric goes, I saw one upstairs. So, but I told her to take them all down, get rid of them. But she, somebody told us she wants to give them to me. I said, I'm not selling them, but I'm going to call somebody to take them. I was going to call Johnny Zaffis. Johnny, he'll love that. He goes at Wink. Wait, jump, crawl across.
Yeah.
She's talking about Grizzly's dolls, I guess.
Okay.
On some of his.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying how could everyone has a haunted doll now? People are making it. People are making a ton of money off of this.
Yeah. No, mine. I had to put extra cameras in the studio.
Yeah.
Because to show people that they weren't, and I have dolls that actually blink, that don't have blinking eyes, that were on live feeds during a live show and blink, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Hey guys,
did you see
let me tell you something on our website for Ghosted. We're interactive with the community, so if you want to upload videos or a story, just go to Ghosted Magazine, and there's a link there for you to upload pictures, videos. We want to share with the community. We want to take everybody out and put everyone in the forefront.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Can I just show you? Wait, let me show you. This is more. It's the first issue.
Yeah, I was looking at that online earlier.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Jason's going to be at New Jersey Para-Unity, so whoever buys the magazine, he's going to sign it for them.
Oh, that's nice.
No, that's cool. So I was going to ask you real quick before we end up finishing. Warren Legacy Foundation. You're a member of that too, right?
Nope, I left.
I thought you were. Oh, did you leave?
I left.
Okay, I just remembered when you had said that you were.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't agree with them.
Oh, okay. The main reason I'm not with them right now, unfortunately, is I just don't have the time. I really don't, and I feel like I was just wasting their time by not being able to donate any time. But I haven't really got to dive in on anything with them either. So
yeah, I don't. I kept my mouth shut about it, but there was an incident, and I had called them up and I said,
Okay, you don't have to go any. You don't have to go any further with
don't
this.
try me.
There you go.
I'm a nice person, but
Yeah.
don't try me. Yeah.
No, and I apologize for bringing that up. I didn't realize.
No, hey, don't. Oh my God, I'll talk about anything. I don't care. I did nothing wrong. I just don't like their ways. So.
No, great guest. This great conversation talking with you.
Hey, listen, have me back in. I would love to do readings for the audience. I'm sure like they would like readings too. So
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah. I guarantee they would.
Yeah.
So Truthy says Zach from Ghost Adventures would take those masks you were talking about.
Well, he'll have to come and get them from me. And I double dare him.
No, very, very, very interesting show. What are you thinking, Grizz? What'd you think?
Oh, absolutely. Wonderful. Love to have her
I'm
back.
so glad you asked me on it. It was a really nice time.
No, and
readings.
Yeah, definitely. And we appreciate you coming on. And if you ever need anything from us, we're here for you.
I'm not buying the housewife part of April's title. Whatever.
Yeah, but I greatly appreciate it. From coast to coast around the world. We'll see you on the next show, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, April.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.